right, guys, welcome to another episode of The Final Whistle. This is episode 7, right, Evan?
Yep, it is.
Yes.
It's been a minute.
This is episode 7. We're back. I think recently we've been doing it once a month now. It seems like because everybody's busy, but we're trying to compile as much interesting stuff as possible so we can give you guys an episode. I'm here with Evan again. Evan, what's going on, man?
Well, I'm living the dream as always I say. I can't wait to come home actually, sir. It's been a minute.
So you come on Thanksgiving?
No. I come over I think Christmas, maybe.
You're not coming for Thanksgiving?
No.
Wow.
You go through for Thanksgiving.
Nah, I'm not coming. I'm going to my mom's house.
Yeah.
And we also have Daniel, who's back. Daniel was in our other episode talking all things Man United, but we're going to spare him this time because it seems like there's a lot more things going on. Daniel, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm good. Just that things are getting worse with my team, but...
Worse? I thought it was getting better.
No, it's actually getting worse. That's what I feel.
Okay.
And it can actually get worse.
Ole.
Okay, so as much as Ole is a hot topic, it's not bigger than what happened this past weekend. And as we all know, Jose Mourinho is the new manager at Spurs, and Spurs decided to let Mauricio Pochetino go. And it seemed like 24 hours later, less than 24 hours, they hired Mourinho. So that kind of means that during this international break, they were negotiating to get Mourinho in since the draw with Sheffield United, which Spurs seemed like they were lucky to get the draw. Evan, I'm going to start with you. What are your thoughts on, for one, Spurs firing Pochetino, a coach that has played excellent football and moved the club forward? He hasn't won much, but at least what you can say is he's a great manager that has moved the club forward from where they were when he took over and what they are now. Was it the right decision to fire him? And two, is Mourinho the right replacement for the job?
Okay. So first, I think in terms of football, again, back to the point that you made the other time, that you cannot fire the players, but you can fire the coach.
Yeah. So
it's fair to say that, he's supposed to be fired. But in reality, I think in terms of human relationship, I think it's not fair because Poch basically was the guy that helped revive the entire squad, bringing up from academy into first team without having a specific budget. And he's done it to even get to a Champions League final, 5 teams consecutively playing with the same squad. So I think looking at that side of the story, you should kind of consider and give him what he wants in order to be able to win you championship. That's what you're looking for. Now, in contrast to the hiring of Mourinho, I think it's a step back because Mourinho is this kind of coach that doesn't really develop players and bring them into the first team. He already wants accomplished players and brings them into a team to win championship. So now Don Levy is a guy that's not willing to spend money, and you have Mourinho that's a guy that wants to spend money.
Yeah.
I want to find out how the relationship is going to work because this guy's championship is built up of players that are experienced and can do.
Costs a lot.
Correct, and it costs a lot.
Yeah.
Like when he came to Chelsea spent, I don't have the exact figures, but Chelsea spent a huge amount of money to revamp the whole team and becoming Chelsea what it is today. When he went to Inter, he spent money to get older players, experienced players to win the Champions League. So it's the same thing that's going to continue on and on and on. And if Levy is not willing to spend money, then he's not going to get the outcome that he wants. But if it turns around that Levy is willing to spend money now, then it's totally unfair to Poch because he requested for that and you didn't give it to him. But I want to know what, Daniel, you really think about that.
So before you go, Dan, I just want to say to your point, in the history of football, Mourinho has spent the most money of all the managers. So there's this thing that I have this thing where I want to show, but basically it says that Mourinho has had 97 signings of a total 1.6 billion euros. The next closest person is Carlo Ancelotti at 1.2. So he's spending 400 million more than any manager in the history of football. That's what Mourinho is. Mourinho isn't known for building youth teams. It seems like Spurs have been built on youth players, you know. So I don't know how that can work with a manager that has a different philosophy. Dan, what do you think of it? Was it a right decision to let Poch go? And also, is Mourinho the right guy for the job?
First, to begin with, I think it was coming, because it's like it looked as if Poch actually fell out with the players. Do you get it? Because looking at the modern game, it's like when a coach falls out with his players, it is very, very impossible to get the trust of the coach or to instill that confidence that the coach actually has in his team, and the willingness for the coach or for the players to even perform on the pitch or actually reflect on the pitch. Saying that even though it's a harsh decision on Pochetino, it was coming, and you know.
But was it the right decision, though?
Pardon?
Was it the right decision?
It was the right decision in the sense that they were not performing.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Because if you actually let him stay in the club, I don't think Spurs could probably even make it to the top 10, because they were really sinking.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Because he actually had a fallout with his players. So I think it was the right decision. And Mourinho actually stepping in. When you actually take a look at his conference, like listening to him during his press conference, he actually made mention about the quality of players Spurs has. So looking at Mourinho, he is actually thinking that he has a great team. So I think it won't be a problem this time with Mourinho spending. Yes, Mourinho is actually a coach who actually spends a lot. But I think it's a new challenge for Mourinho because, one, Daniel Levy is not someone who actually spends a lot. And Mourinho is someone who actually spends a lot. But Mourinho coming out to say that Spurs actually has a good squad. And I think Mourinho is actually going to be on a different level this time around, talking about his spending spree. So it's a different challenge for Mourinho right now to actually make use of his players, and he's actually commended the kind of players in Spurs already. So I don't think Mourinho will actually spend that much at Spurs.
But with the thing with the contract, we all know about Eriksson, his contract expiring, Alderweireld contract expiring, the Vertonghen contract expiring. I think might be one more person. Harry Kane, I don't know how long the guy is going to stay for playing for a team basically that hasn't won anything, but he's a world-class striker. The thing with this Mourinho situation is if these players that are like, let's say they leave or they are, because usually when your contract's expiring, most likely if the deal's not done in January, they're going to be gone.
Yeah, they're going to be
very rare that the contract expires in June and then the players come back and be like, I'm out of contract in June, and like a month before they leave, they sign. If these players leave, these are three of Spurs' best players. And I think Lloris's contract is one more person that I might be missing this contract. I think it's 4 people. If these players leave, that's a big hole in the Spurs team. Now Mourinho is going to need money.
Yeah.
To replace these players. Mourinho is not going to bring youth players in, right?
Yeah.
If your contract expires in football, you don't get anything back. It's free. You get zero. You get zero. So either you sell them in January, which I don't see it happening, or you let them go. Only way I think Mourinho would accept this position, or Dan Levy would be like, Mourinho is the right guy, because there's no way that I think he would look at Mourinho and be like, you know what, Mourinho can develop these young players and then maybe push them for titles or some domestic trophies. The only way this can happen if he has been given assurance that basically, we're going to give you this set amount of money next summer or in January or whatever, that that can actually make him, I guess, sign the contract or whatever. Yaga just joined us. I'm going to ask Yaga in a second, but Yaga, we basically talking about the Mourinho situation and what it was about, if it was the right decision. So, yeah, basically, if he's guaranteed, let's say, $100 million or not, that's a slap in Pochettino's face because Pochettino didn't get that kind of money. So it seems like Dan Levy trusts Mourinho with the money more than he would with Poch, because there's no money involved and there's no guaranteed big sums to spend. I don't know how this...
Jeffrey, I think this contract was actually based trophy winning team, okay? Because we all know that Poch has actually been developing the boys. Yes, he has actually done well. But the thing is that Spurs has actually got to the point that they need trophies in addition to their development. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Mourinho's contract was actually based, Mourinho is actually known for his titles.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yes. Mm-hmm. So the reason, I think the rationale behind Levy going for Mourinho is about winning trophies.
But can they win trophies with, is it just winning any? Because I think Yaga said the same thing about if he wins FA Cup or Carabao Cup, that's all Spurs want from this Mourinho experience. I don't think that's what Mourinho, because that's not what Mourinho was. Mourinho isn't Mourinho because he wins Carabao Cup and FA Cup. Let me get to Yaga and ask him. Yaga, we basically talking about was it the right decision for Spurs to fire Poch, and 2, was it the right decision to hire Mourinho?
I mean, in regards to them sacking Poch, I'll say yes and no. Because, I mean, we all know how good he's been over the past 5 years, right? We all know how good he's been. But then at this point, that's I second what Daniel is saying. At this point, Spurs has gotten to a point whereby they want trophies. They don't care about the developments anymore. Because people have been saying, oh, he didn't sign any player. He went to the Champions League final. They don't want to hear that. I think the fans feel like they have top quality players that should competing with City and Liverpool, I guess. So at this point, it has nothing to do with them building. And I feel like Poch this season, I mean, the end of last season and into this season, something happened. I don't know what happened, if he lost the dressing room, but something really happened. Because today was the first time they won an away game in 12 games?
Yeah.
That is not good. That's not good. So somebody had to go. And I know you always tell us all the time that you can't dismantle the whole team. You can only sack the coach.
You can't sack the coach. You can't sack 23 players.
Exactly. And that's what he just did. But then, as far as Mourinho being the coach, I don't know if Mourinho is the right pick. Listen,
Yaga, you're saying 2 points. You can't be on both fences.
Yeah, but one thing I can say is Mourinho was at United, and I mean he didn't win the trophies we want to win, but then we won something. So let's say if a United fan is arguing with a Chelsea fan or a City fan, he could at least say I won the Europa League. That's not a good thing. But then it's something that we were excited about because it got us into the Champions League. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Mourinho is definitely going to get you something. That Spurs won a Carabao Cup now, maybe yes, maybe no. They've not won since 2008.
Yeah, something.
So at least something. And then if they want to compete with City and Liverpool, then maybe probably that'll be next year. But then I think he was the one available at this point. I mean, Allegri is available. I don't know if he's still on sabbatical, but I don't know. I don't know if Mourinho was the right choice, but then clearly for him to take the job and for Daniel Levy to believe in him, I think they think he's the right choice. Yeah. I mean, it's only time. Time will tell. But then I think they'll definitely win something next year. Because he has good players. The players are equally good.
Yeah, but how long are they staying, though?
Correct. That's one thing.
So today, for instance, after the game, he was asked why he left Eriksen out, right? And he said clearly, "I want to know what is in his heart."
Correct.
And so basically, I mean, if there's a problem here, I think Eriksen, because he doesn't want to be at the team at this point. I don't know if Mourinho will change that, but clearly Mourinho's not going to do that because he left him out of the squad, like the starting lineup today. So I don't know, but maybe some players might stay. If
it's not just Eriksen, it's Alderweireld, it's Vertonghen. These are
yeah, but I mean, they could extend their. I don't know. They can extend their contract. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. But then for Mourinho to take the job, I think they have a plan.
Yeah, but not to cut you, Yaga. I think the most likely player to leave is Eriksen.
Yeah.
For the rest, I think they will stay.
They will stay.
For the rest, I think they will stay. But the most likely player to leave is Eriksen. And I think Mourinho will not actually convince him to stay, because if he actually wanted him to stay, at least his first game, he would want to prove a point that probably the guy wants to stay, and his problem was with Pochetino. But I think the guy actually wants to leave the team. So you could actually understand why he was actually left out of the team today. But the most likely person to leave is Eriksen.
And then sorry to cut you, Daniel, but do you guys genuinely think Eriksen is a Mourinho type player? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, Mourinho type players are like center backs and Drogba.
Exactly. Eriksen is more like, because I mean, he's good when he has the ball, but when he doesn't have the ball, is he that effective? Mourinho doesn't like those type of players.
So I guess it's good for both sides then. Eriksen wants to leave. Mourinho might not use him as much, and it's gonna work out for both sides.
And he said this after the interview. He was like, I mean, we have to make a decision best for the club. That's what he said.
So that means
when they asked him about Eriksen.
So that means he's fine.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this question, and honestly, from now till the end of the season, Evan, I'm gonna start with you. Where do you think Mourinho will finish in the league, and do you think he'll win any trophies?
I feel like he's going to finish 10th. There is no way that yes, he's going to finish.
Come on.
Okay, and no. I'm going to come to you. He's going to finish.
Oh God!
Listen. At the peak that we have Liverpool at, Man City is inconsistent kind of right now, but just don't give up on them yet. Keep an eye on Leicester. Keep an eye on Chelsea. Arsenal is also inconsistent, but watch out for them. Now you have your Wolves, you have your Southampton or whatever. Like the season or the top 7 that we have right now, I don't see it really changing drastically. I think it's going to stay the same till May.
So they won't make top 4.
They're not making top 4.
But they make top 6
because of the bad start. If they make
Europa League, because if you think about it, guys, if Spurs make it to the Europa League, right? It automatically becomes one of the favorites if you think about it. If they make it to Europa League, and like Yaga, you were saying, he took United and won the Europa League, that would be a huge, huge trophy for Spurs.
Of course. They
make one of the Europa League spots. Ibn, yes or no? You said 10th, so I guess not.
Yeah, I say 10th. Like, it's possible for them to get to the 6th, 7th position, but I don't see it happening because – again, this is a team that Mourinho just picked up.
Yeah.
And it's going to take him it's not going to take him like a long time to like adjust because he knows the league. But I feel like people also kind of know have figured him out. So some games that we expect him to win easily, he's not going to win those games.
Okay.
I mean,
Daniel, will Mourinho finish? Where will Mourinho finish, and will he win a trophy or not?
Yeah, I think he will finish in the top 7.
Yeah.
In the top 7. Preferably maybe 7th.
Yeah.
7th. Yeah, maybe 7th.
Because with 7th, I think depending on who wins the FA Cup, he qualifies or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Top 6 automatically, 5 and 6 automatically qualify, and 7 depending on who wins FA Cup. So you think he'll make it?
Because right now, what Spurs need is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
You know, looking at the game today, going forward, okay, but there were things to actually fix them. And looking at their state right now, I think consistency will even put them to the 7th position. If not that, what Eben is saying might be right at the end of the season as the 10th position. So right now, what they need is consistency to actually even make it to the top 7.
Correct. And
I mean, they're not really far off if you think about it.
Yeah, the points difference is not...
After they won today, they went to... I mean, every team was yet to play, but after today, they went to 7. I mean, 6 or 7.
That's what I wanted to say. See, the points, because, I mean, aside Chelsea, Liverpool, and City, and Leicester, the points difference is not that, that much of a difference between, 10th all the way through 5th. I don't really think... And I don't know why Eben thinks they're gonna end up being 10th. I mean, fine, but I think top 7. As Daniel said, top 7.
Will they win in trophy?
If the FA Cup, no, I don't see them winning the FA Cup. Probably Europa League if they don't qualify to the round of 16 in the Champions League. I mean, because now if they come third in your group, they might be pushed to Europa League, right? And then Europa League, they stand a chance of winning something.
So it's actually better if they get out of Champions League.
I think so.
It seems like they'll qualify because I think they're second with 7 points. The next team,
2 games to go.
Yeah, 2 games to go. They have a 4-point lead from.
I mean, I like the way Eben is counting them out, but then I really see.
This is my rival. I have to count them out. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
you said it'll be 10.
Okay, so this is what I think, right? This is what I think. I think it's gonna these first. I mean, today's game kind of shows you how they were up for it. Like they were up for this game. They were 3-0 in like the first half. They were blazing. And it's just the syndrome of like getting something new. You know when you get something new, like you get some new sneakers, you take care of it. Like after you wash it, wear it one day, wash it.
So I remember
you have a car wash every month. But then as time goes on, it's like you start to like slowly decrease. And it's like how we started this show. We were recording every week. We record every month. When it's new, when it's new,
not to cut you. You remember when Mourinho was sacked and only took over?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm talking about consistency here, because like you could actually see that it's a different feeling altogether. They were getting 4 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals, 3 goals, 4 goals, and it's all about time. That's why consistency comes into play. So time will tell.
Correct.
Donald actually initially said, time will tell, because they need that consistency. Like Jeffrey also stated that the first half they were all over the place. Like they were really playing good football on the front foot. But second half, it almost ended in a draw.
Yeah,
exactly.
In a draw.
But then we have to understand from this point, right? Listen. The players had a great connection with Poch, right? It is an emotional weekend.
Did they though? Wait, Yaga, before you go, did they? Isn't that
the
team that was
for 5 years? I mean, we don't know what really happened in the dressing room, but I'm talking about these are almost every player. He signed almost every player in that Spurs team.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, for them to hear that news that he left, and then boom, few hours later, Mourinho, it's an emotional, period. You have to understand that. And then, I mean, they played well in the first half. And then, getting to the second half, they got tired, I think.
So
and Pellegrini, because, being a coach, right, you know that when a group of players get connected to a new coach, it becomes difficult for them to actually, understand him, get his message and all that. Mm-hmm. And Mourinho has that experience. But then, of course, you could tell clearly from the second half, it was a much different Spurs team, and it's understandable because it's been a torrid week for them. Let's give them some time, please.
So that goes to justify my point that this season alone, they're not going to finish in the top 7. If they finish by top 7, it's by chance. But I think
by chance.
yes. Look, Yaga. Look, if you win the game 3-0 with a new coach, the expectation is to shut the game down with 3-0, keeping a clean sheet. That is expected.
But West Ham is a decent team, though.
But again, you were playing West Ham. You have a new coach. You have a new philosophy. You're playing for the coach now. So you would expect to finish with a clean sheet, 3-0. West Ham comes from behind, almost tying the game up. This gives me a little understanding that, or a little hope that maybe this Spurs team would finish at the 10 position that I'm talking about. Because again, if they're going to be leaving certain games like this and not closing the game out by winning a clean sheet and stuff like that, teams can come from behind and beat you. Like,
you know what I think?
Do that to you.
You know, it's going to be very
interesting. You know what I think this game is going to show Mourinho? Mourinho is going to score one goal and start playing defense because he was like, I can't have this nonsense happening again. He was like,
Correct.
He was 3-0 up. He was like, oh, everything is going well. And they were still playing expansive football. And they ended up conceding 2 goals. So Mourinho is going to be like, okay, now I got to go back to my philosophy because we can't have this happening every week. Daniel,
one thing we have to understand is, right, if you cast your mind back to Mourinho and Pellegrini, right? Pellegrini is, has a game advantage over Mourinho. Most of the time he's been winning against him. I don't know if you guys can check the record.
Of course.
I mean, 3-2 is not a bad result after not winning an away game in 12 games.
Yeah, a win is a win. We get that.
It's a win. So, I mean, let's see from the second game, third game, let's give them some time. But then I really don't think they'll be 10th. They're already 10th already, right?
Yeah.
Currently they're 10th.
Didn't he keep Manchester at 6th position for the longest? And Ole also continued the episode?
Ole is no Mourinho. Come on, man.
I'm just saying.
Ole is no Mourinho.
But I'm just saying.
That man has won 25 trophies. Ole is no Mourinho. Don't do that to Mourinho, Evan. You know what he's done. You know what he's done for your back. You know what he's done for your back. Don't do that. Don't discredit Mourinho now.
I will, because he disrespected the badge. He disrespected this.
He did you guys a little favor. Don't do that. Daniel.
Yeah. With time, you said, Spurs has 2 games, very important games before Christmas. Yeah. That is against Man United and one against Chelsea.
Yeah.
Those 2 games are actually going to define Spurs' season. Mm-hmm. Trust me. And
I think he'll win one. We all know who he's going to win against. Daniel.
That ain't going to happen. Chill out.
He's going to win against us. Come on, man.
Talk about United.
You guys can beat them.
No, we can't.
Okay, so I wanna switch and talk about Poch real quick before. So I mean, we're talking about what Poch did wrong and what, but he's a hot commodity. Now, this question is really for these 2 United fans.
I was about to tell Daniel,
Ole.
We have to go for him. We have to go for him.
Would you fire Ole right now and pick up Poch?
I will do that. I wouldn't even think about it.
Daniel, would you?
No, Jeffrey.
You wouldn't fire Ole to pick up Poch?
No, I would. But looking at the state of Man United right now, it's like the board is actually behind Ole. Okay? The board is behind Ole. But the thing is that firing Ole, going for Poch left Tottenham, and Mourinho has actually filled in for Poch. It is going to be a real good story for English Premier League. But I'm not thinking that is actually going to happen.
No, it's not. It's not.
With Man U at the moment, unless results really go bad. But I don't think that is actually going to happen with Man United. They're not actually going to go for Poch at this moment. But I would do that. I would actually do that.
I think any team would, like, this guy was a hot commodity, and I'm sure you guys wanted him before Ole came.
Yeah.
Available now. So what do you think, likely destination, Eben, where do you think he's going to end up? Because I'm hearing Bayern Munich will seem...
Bayern Munich,
Bayern. That's exactly what I was going to say. Bayern, there's a vacancy in Bayern, so most likely Bayern.
Arsenal needs to pick him up because they're losing right now with with 15 minutes left against Southampton. It looks like Unai Emery. Arsenal needs to imagine if he goes to Arsenal. Oh,
good.
Now I don't think he's gonna go to Arsenal. I really don't think so.
Oh no. I think Poch actually made a comment about actually going to another team, as in a London team or anything like that. I think he actually made that comment. But money changes things.
Now, but but he's not going to be winning anything at Arsenal. But if he goes to Bayern Munich, he has a huge chance of winning a lot of trophies.
And I'm thinking,
as much as he's done, the guy hasn't won anything in his career.
Exactly. So I'm thinking that, and sorry to cut you, Jeff, but I'm thinking if I'm Pochetino, everybody's saying all these good things about me, but I have nothing to count for. Like, I don't have any trophies. So if I'm trying to, keep that same image or even progress, I'm not going to go to Arsenal.
Yeah. It's a perfect situation for him. It's perfect.
I'm not going to go to Arsenal.
He goes there, he wins a trophy at Bayern, and then he starts and he actually
he starts making a statement. Exactly. And if I'm him, it depends. If he really wants to come to United, then I wouldn't take any offer. Wait to see what happens with Solskjaer at the end of the season, and then see if I'm what I'm trying to say. If he really wants to join United, I'll just wait for this season to be over, because Solskjaer, if he doesn't do anything this season, I think he has to be out, because I don't want any youth development. This is not 92. Like, I want to win trophies, because now the rate at which Chelsea is playing, City, Liverpool, I don't care about growing young talent. This is not 92, man.
But
I don't care about that.
It's going to be too late if you keep saying that if United want him. Isn't it going to be too late?
But that's what I'm saying. If he wants to go to United, then he's
it's not like does United want him? Because there's a difference, right? There's a difference if I haven't been approached. I don't know if they want me. But if United come in and be like, because Bayern needs a coach right now.
Exactly.
And maybe he prefers to stay in the Premier League. If United,
that's what I'm saying.
It's a perfect opportunity for them.
But then you know what Daniel was saying, right? Like, listen, the Glazers at Woodward, they're all behind Ole, because now they see that he's trying to bring back 92 vibes, and they wouldn't buy players and sign players to keep money. I don't want that. But then the board is the board, and they make these decisions. So if they're looking at Solskjaer like, oh, okay, he's bringing up Scott, he's bringing up Gomez and all these young guys. Okay, why not? All right, cool, let's keep it. You know what I'm saying? And then if things go, because Ed Woodward keeps saying we shouldn't expect to be winning things. What are you talking about?
But
he keeps saying that all the time. No, I'm used to winning things. What are you telling me? You know what I'm saying? Because 92, when Ferguson was building, I was just born. So I didn't know what was going on. When I grew up, I saw United winning trophies, and that's what I want to see. So I don't know.
Okay.
If I'm United, I'll go for Poch. But and probably make Solskjaer's assistant.
No, that's not cool. Imagine.
But realistically, I don't think Poch wants to be in the English Premier League. I think he will actually want to actually look elsewhere. As you guys are actually talking about Bayern Munich, I think it's a good place for him.
I think it's perfect.
What about Barcelona?
No, exactly. I was actually about to say that.
Yeah.
Because
he knows the Spanish league as well.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So the English Premier League at the moment, I think it's actually will be out of Poch's mind
for now.
Right? Yeah, for now.
Barcelona or Bayern seems like Barcelona or Bayern.
Yeah, because I think
like Bayern.
Huh?
More likely Bayern.
Yeah.
You sure? Because Bayern, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Bayern, they don't play. When you mess up, you're out of the door.
Yeah, but he's more likely to win at Bayern. He just needs trophies under his belt.
And Bayern, at this point, I don't think they won the league or the cup. They won the Champions League.
Yeah.
They don't want.
If he goes in and he doesn't win the Champions League, he wins the league. At least he got something. At least he got.
Let's see. Because if I'm him, I'd rather go to Barcelona.
Okay. All right, so that's our wrap up for the Spurs situation with Mourinho, with Poch, and I guess what the guys think will happen next, and their predictions. So let's switch back to, I guess, on the field. And the surprise of the season so far is Leicester. Leicester is currently second right now in the league with 12 games played. So this is not like a fluke or anything. This is like for real. I'm not going to go as far as can Leicester win the league because I think that's a bit of a stretch. But coming into the league, nobody had Leicester in the top 4, maybe not even top 6, right? It's, if anything, they had maybe 7th or 8th. 7th might have belonged to like Wolves. 8th might belong to Everton. You know, like Leicester were maybe in the top 10. Now they are punching above their weight. They're second place right now.
Correct.
Now, can Leicester realistically finish top 4? Or do you think it's something that's gonna, like, they're hot right now, but it's gonna start to slow down and maybe they're gonna maybe finish 5th, 6th? But
I don't think so. I think
it's easy to say, but top 4 is like big boys.
Big boys, yeah, and they have the squad to do that. I wouldn't say as far as them, winning the league, but top 4 definitely. I see that happening because the rate at which they're playing, the coach. Unless something drastically changes, but they have the players. They're playing good football. And as a team, the chemistry, understanding everything is, they get the coach's messages. Like everything is clear, and I feel like they'll end up being the top 4.
Wow.
So I think, yeah.
So right now, your top 4 would be
top 4
as it is now.
No, because when we started the season, we didn't include Leicester because
that's what I'm saying. Like, nobody did. But
so
if you're saying they're finishing top 4,
change it. I have to change it.
So you think how the top 4 is right now? That's how it's going to end. Not like how positionally, but the 4 teams that are the top.
Yeah,
4.
Chelsea, Spurs. Chelsea, City, Liverpool, and Leicester. That's it.
That's how it's going to end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because these are the only 4 teams that are consistent.
So far, we only played
so far, yeah.
a third of the season.
I feel like Chelsea's last season is over. Like when they lost to United, that's it. Chelsea's really playing great, and the youngsters. Oh my God, I just envy Chelsea.
But I don't doubt Chelsea. Honestly, I don't think Chelsea's the issue. I don't think Liverpool is the issue. I don't think City is the issue.
So why do you think Leicester is the issue?
Because they have never been into this situation, this group of players. They won the league, but that wasn't the same team, and the league wasn't like this situation.
And have you watched them play this season?
Huh?
Have you watched them play this season?
Oh, yeah, of course. But, you have to remember, right? You have to remember, the form can dip any time.
It could, but then I don't see it happening because the rate at which they're going is I think it's something special about the team.
Okay. There's still 24 games to play or 25 games.
It's just 1-2-0 right now.
Yeah. There's still 24 games. Okay, Daniel, what do you think? Top 4?
Yeah, I think they're actually going to maintain their position in the top 4. Adding to what Yaga actually stated, it is actually true because if Leicester is actually playing, they are playing. And I think they're actually going to maintain that consistency. If you take a look at the way they actually set up their team, the way they actually go about their game, and the way their defense going forward, you could actually see that Leicester could actually maintain this. And remember when the Premier League, when they won the Premier League, it was consistency. That's why I'm actually saying that if Leicester is actually playing,
they're playing.
They are actually going to do
I like that.
They're actually going to maintain, and they're actually going to maintain that form till the end of the season, unless, as Yaga stated, something really, really.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
That's an unforeseen event. No, I'm actually talking
unforeseen
about
like what? Drop off form or players get hurt?
Like
players get hurt.
Vardy not scoring.
No.
Injury.
I'm talking about injury. I'm talking about injury. But when it actually comes to playing, no, nothing is actually going to happen in the Leicester camp. But when injury hits them, let's say three players from their starting lineup, 3 or 4 players from their starting lineup actually pick up an injury, I think it's really going to probably dip their form for the race for the top 4.
Exactly.
Apart from that, I don't think they're actually going to lose their position.
If they stay healthy,
about their play, no, it's not. It's
if
actually
they
not
stay healthy.
happen.
Oh my God! Because
wait,
it's not going to happen.
So I'm not. So I think let me clear. I'm not saying they won't, but the thing is, I want to make sure that we're saying that because it's not gonna be if the form dips, they have like a 10-point cushion between where they are now and 5th place. Like that is huge. And
That's
huge.
But 10 points.
They are going to maintain that, Jeffrey. They are going to maintain that.
I'm not saying they won't. But the only reason, because I never said they're not going to finish top 4. I'm just playing devil's advocate so that you guys can answer. I'm not. I'm not saying they are. The reason why I think that they will make top 4 is because the league is so wide and the teams they're competing against are not good. Like we're looking at Arsenal, United. They just lost. Arsenal, United, and Spurs. They'll probably be the 3 teams that you think might push them. Mm-hmm. Right? Those are maybe Wolves if they catch on fire. But
now those 3 teams that you actually mentioned right now are out of form.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They have a 10-point lead from where they are to 5th place. So it seems like I think they're gonna do it. Eben, what do you think?
They're gonna do it. They are gonna do it. They are gonna do it. So the only team that I'm actually scared for right now, Chelsea.
Okay, Eben, what do you think?
Wait, Chelsea? No.
Let Eben go. Let Eben go.
No. Chelsea. No, hold on. Chelsea maintaining the top 4. That is what I'm actually thinking right now.
They will make it.
Top 4. They might slip.
You think so?
It's likely. Hold on. Even it's likely Chelsea might slip.
Why do you say so?
Wait,
I really don't see that. Listen.
I know Jeffrey is just quiet about to listen.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, very good. So, this is a young group of players that Lampard is
playing amazing, man.
So it's Leicester. Go ahead.
Let's listen.
Yeah, they are playing amazing, no doubt about it. But trust me, when it actually comes to the English Premier League, it's all about experience. Do you get what I'm saying?
No, I don't get what you're saying.
You don't get what I'm saying?
No.
I'm saying I'm saying that, at the moment, Chelsea are actually playing very, 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 very good. But I think along the line, Chelsea is actually going to slip.
So tell me why you think Leicester will not slip.
No, the performance is actually going to dip.
Why do you think Leicester will not, performance won't dip, but Chelsea would?
I don't understand.
I initially stated that the group of players that Lampard is actually using are actually very, 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 very young group of
So
players.
is Leicester. Have you seen the Leicester team?
Leicester has some amount of experience in their team.
What amount? Okay, tell me Jamie Vardy and Schmeichel. Okay, and who else?
And Johnny Evans.
Oh,
Johnny Evans. Okay.
And then Williams. Is Williams still on their team?
They have Harvey Barnes, young. They have Madison.
They have a young squad. They have
young. Ndidi says he's young, but we'll take his age for it. He says he's 23, but we all know. Ndidi is
guys, that's my prediction, and I think
Evan, I'll let you go.
All right. So the main question that was asked is Spurs.
Leicester. Let's stick with Leicester.
Sorry, Leicester. Why is Spurs still in my mind? But yeah, Leicester gonna finish top 4. I agree with what both Yag and Daniel has said. I didn't really have any 2 cents to add because it pretty much said everything that I think is worth to be mentioned. So yeah, Leicester again. The only thing that would stop them if Vardy gets a drop from scoring, that would be the thing because they're really relying on.
Probably we should focus on Chilwell. That guy's amazing.
Yeah, but Vardy's. I think Vardy's still the top scorer in the league right now, right?
Yeah.
He scored today too, so he's the top scorer in the league.
He scored again today too. So
correct. So if he gets a drought, that's it. They're not going to win. If you compare the season that they won the league and the following, he was on a drought. They weren't winning that much games. So that's the only problem.
Okay, so we all think that Leicester is going to finish top 4. So and it seems like Daniel's the only one who doesn't think that Chelsea could finish top 4. And so how the top 4 is right now, we think City, Liverpool, and Leicester, which is crazy to say because we did not think it was even possible that they could break into the top 4, not just top 6. We didn't even think it was the top 6.
Can I ask Daniel a question?
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel, since you think Chelsea will slip, what do you think is going to be in there?
That's a good question. Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah, Man U, right?
Because I'm thinking, I don't see anybody, but...
Oh, he's going to say Man U, of course.
No, come on, man, please.
You know, I think the 4th position is actually going to be a surprise. You know, it's
so Wolves finish.
I can't exactly. All those teams are actually going to be there, but I think Chelsea might slip. I think Chelsea might slip.
I really don't know why you think so, but that's your opinion, and I respect that.
Well, Chelsea, I mean, that's his opinion. So he probably is hoping, but
it's so funny because all my lifetime, right, I've never paid attention to Chelsea like that. This season, they're playing so good, I can avoid it. I've been watching their games and.
We are all going to be here. We are all going to be here at the end of the season, and you're all going to say that. Oh, Daniel said it.
Or are you going to end up a hater?
No, I'm not hating, but you know, it's true. It's actually going to happen.
No, I just don't understand. So this is what baffles me. Everything you said about Leicester, you didn't use the same thing for Chelsea. That's why I'm like, you just said Leicester, if they don't get injuries, they don't. But Leicester has the same amount of youth players, young players, talented players, internationals as Chelsea.
Chelsea, Jeffrey, it's like you're making it look as if I'm actually hating on you.
You are hating because you have an agenda.
Rather than giving an opinion. It's actually my opinion.
That's his opinion.
I'll take it.
You know how Daniel's response is like Mourinho coming at Lampard saying, "Oh, they're going to suffer against the big teams." Blah blah.
Yeah, because he's not there.
You're Mourinho right
now. Okay, so the big game, the big game this weekend is in about half an hour. I think the lineups just came out. We just want prediction before we end this episode. Yaga.
I already told you Chelsea's winning.
What score? I need a score line.
Oh, you need a score line? Good 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah. What's his name? Tammy Abraham brace, and then probably Mount with a goal, and then Aguero and Sterling.
Okay, Daniel, how many goals will Man City win by? I already know what you're gonna say.
Oh no, it's gonna be an entertaining game. I think I'm actually looking forward to a 2-2 draw.
It's a 2-2 draw. Yeah. Eben.
Don't speak as a fan. Speak as an analyst.
I know. That's why
I being optimistic and looking at the what you call performance of Spurs. Why do you keep saying Spurs? City right now. I think we're going to beat them today, and there's going to be a Pulisic game today.
What score?
2-1.
I'm going to side with Daniel. I think it's going to be a 2-2. I'll be happy to draw, honestly, because I think Man City is a very good team. I still think
Jeff, please let me say this. I feel like, for the past 2 seasons, City has been tormenting every fan. But trust me, the defense is really not good.
They're not, but the attack is.
I've been watching them, and I'm like, they play great, but the defense is so shaky. And anytime a team is playing against them, I feel like the team has an edge to score a goal. The defense is not good.
So the lineups just came, right? They have Stones and Fernandinho at the back, and Mendy and Cancelo, right? And then they have De Bruyne.
Who Cancelo is playing?
Yeah, Cancelo's playing right back, and they have De Bruyne.
Who's playing wing forward for you guys?
What? Willian is playing right wing and left wing is Pulisic.
Because you know Cancelo is not good defensively, right? You know
Well,
that, right?
Pulisic is playing on this side.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have a chance, man. So
Zuma
Cancelo,
and Tomori, I don't know like that combination.
And Conte is back in the squad. So
Conte's back. Jorginho, who's excellent. He's been excellent for us, by the way. I'm so happy for him.
Yeah, he's no more that sorry type of player.
Yeah. He has been excellent.
That he's a great player.
Yeah,
and
so
wait,
the lineups are
like
strong.
Tomori?
The lineups are
Is that
strong.
what you said? You don't like Tomori? Is that what you said?
No, I don't like Tomori and Zuma combination.
Yeah.
Zuma, that guy is
rowdy.
Yeah, I like Tomori individually. I like Zuma individually, but I think the pairing is off because I think they have the same strengths.
Who would you have preferred?
Huh?
Who would you have preferred?
I honestly think that you need somebody who's going to organize. And if you have Rudiger, who can organize.
Is Rudiger back?
No, he's still injured.
Okay, so...
No, this is our best lineup. I mean, but that's my thing. I think... So this is my thing with those two center backs. They have the same qualities. They are strong. They are athletic. But Tomori is going to get better reading the game. Zuma is in his peak right now, and he cannot read the game himself well. So that's his problem. So if Zuma needs somebody who can read the game alongside him, when he used to play with John Terry, he was excellent because Terry told him where to go all the time. He just needed an experienced player next to him. And Tomori's also young, so he's still learning the game. That's why if you look at our games, we give a lot of goals because position-wise, we're not in the right place. But that's my only concern for this game.
City has the same issue. Fernandinho is not a reliable defender.
Yeah.
So Stones just came back from injury, and you guys, the way Tammy Abraham is sharp in front of goal, Mount is sharp. I don't know. Is Mount playing or not?
Mount, no, Mount is on the bench. He has been off form a bit, so he's on the bench now.
So Captain America is playing.
Yeah, he's in form guy.
Good. I mean,
but
I really think
home. The game is at home to City, so
that doesn't matter.
It should be interesting.
Let's see what happens. 3-2.
Whoa.
Remember, Tammy Abraham 2, and then Pulisic 1 goal, and then Aguero and Sterling. It's just gonna happen like that. You guys might think I've already watched the game. I was telling you.
Okay, so that's our I guess that's our episode for this weekend. You heard what the guys have to say, our predictions. So I guess the game is about to start soon. So we're going to get ready to go see the game. So from me, for my man Yaga, who came in late but showed up still. Thank you, Daniel, for coming in last night.
Yeah.
Always
You're welcome.
You're welcome. As always. Thank y'all. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Guys, make sure you share it, get the word out there, get people seeing it, and so we won't give you a time we'll be back, but we will be back with another episode.
We'll be back.
So thank you guys. Peace.